What are your favorite types of bars? When I read packaging on Cliff Bars, for example, there are a million carbs. Any healthy suggestions for snack or breakfast bars? A million carbs sounds scary, Emily. But yeah, I hear you. Cliff Bars are not the healthiest bars, in my opinion, unless you're in the middle of some activity. So sometimes I will cut up Cliff Bars if I'm like marathon training or going on like a 50-mile bike ride. That's a great snack to have, or a pretty good packaged snack to have in the middle of long exercise. But for most of us sitting at a desk, a Cliff Bar has way too much sugar and not enough protein and fat to balance it out. So I'm going to show you this big board of all these bars. I don't know if you can even see them. That I use to educate my clients on how to choose bars. And it usually takes us like at least a full 50-minute session. So clearly I'm not going to go into all of that here, but I'll give you 2 tips. One, ingredients are very important with the bars. You want to be able to recognize the ingredients in your bar. So many bars you turn over and it's, again, like chemical soup. And that's not going to give you energy. It's called an energy bar, but it's not going to work. Tip 2 is that protein plus fat should be more than sugar. So this is just my little handy dandy. I'm running through the grocery store, checking out a new bar. I try to add up the protein plus fat and have that be more than the sugar. And this is because when we intake sugar, especially if it's refined sugar, we need protein and healthy fat to help us stabilize our blood sugar and not get that insulin rush and crash afterwards. So add that up. For your Cliff Bar, which you used in your example, the fat is 3.5, protein is 9, so we have 12.5 there, and the sugar is 24. So that does not fit the equation. Unless you're exercising, not so good. And the first ingredient is brown rice syrup. Then there's also cane syrup, dried cane syrup, date paste. It's basically like sugar in a bar with some oats in it. So you're right on Cliff Bars. Yay. Now, here are a couple options. Of course, like I showed you that giant board, it just depends. There are so many different situations and different bars are good for different things. But in general, I like this bar. This is one that people don't know a lot about. It's called a Sane bar. I think it's Dr. Axe that makes this. I'll link to it below, but I'm going to have to check on that. So the fat on here is 9. The protein is 20, so 29 on one side of the equation. And sugar is 3. So our ratio is really, really good here. And these are all, I'm not going to read you all the ingredients, but it's all like stuff I know. There's good stuff in here like chlorella and spirulina, and no preservatives, nothing nasty. So this is a good one. Another one, a new one, Kai's Bar. I like these. This one has 4 ingredients, 4 to 6 ingredients per bar. And here's the equation for this one. Fat is 10, protein's 11, so we have 21 on one side, sugar 10 on the other side. So we're over double, which is good. We just want protein plus fat to be more than sugar, and we want to be able to recognize the ingredients.